waterfall in Connecticut. Around 1981. Gregg Nome is 24 years old. He's on an inner tube, and it goes over the falls. The current pulls him under. He's slammed against the riverbed, again and again, by the force of the water. He loses consciousness. 4 years later, in 1985, Nome sits down with a support group organized by a young psychiatrist named Bruce Grayson, a man who would go on to spend the next 4 decades studying cases exactly like his. Nome tells him this. 2 years before the accident, his right ear had been damaged. Someone threw a firecracker into a bar where he was standing near a band. It went off next to his head. He'd lived with that damage ever since. But underwater, dying, something changed. In his own words, "Suddenly, I could hear and see as never before." The sound of the waterfall was just so crisp and clear that it really is indescribable. But now, in my NDE, I could hear perfectly clearly. And my sight was even more beautiful. I felt as if I had been limited by my physical senses for all these years. Sights that were very far away from me were as clear as sights that were very close, and this was at the same time. There was no blurriness in my vision whatsoever. A damaged ear, drowning in a river, hearing perfectly. Grayson would later write that Nome's case was one of the clearest examples he'd documented of a pattern he'd seen again and again. Senses growing sharper, not dimmer, as the body shuts down. Nome survived. And he carried that one sentence with him for the rest of his life. He could hear and see as never before. Sources: Bruce Grayson, MD, after a doctor. Explores what near-death experiences reveal about life and beyond. 2021, Chapter 3, pages 36 to 37, primary verbatim.